Before we start, subscribe to my channel. He was a billionaire who lost everything after the accident. His legs, his hope, and his will to live. But just when he was ready to give up, a 7-year-old girl offered him a burger and unknowingly saved his life. Let's watch it together. The wheelchair moved slowly across the park path, its wheels crushing fallen leaves with each turn. Marcus stared at the ground, his eyes empty, his heart heavier than the metal chair that held him. 6 months ago, he had been Africa's youngest billionaire. Today, he was just a broken man who hadn't eaten in 3 days. "You need fresh air," his nurse had insisted that morning, practically forcing him out of the mansion. "You can't just waste away like this." But what was the point? His empire meant nothing now. His family, the people he had lifted from poverty, the siblings he had sent to the finest schools, the parents he had built a palace for, they all saw him as one thing now, a burden. "Why did this have to happen to me?" Marcus whispered to himself, his voice cracking. The accident had taken his legs, but his family's rejection had shattered his soul. A small shadow fell across his lap. He looked up to see a little girl with bright eyes and braided hair tied with colorful ribbons. She couldn't have been more than 7 years old, but something in her gaze held wisdom beyond her years. "Sir, why are you so sad?" she asked, her voice sweet and concerned. "Are you hurt?" Marcus blinked, surprised. When was the last time someone had asked him how he felt? I'm fine, little one. Where are your parents?" The girl tilted her head, studying him with those penetrating eyes. "You're not fine. I can see it in your face. My mama taught me that when people are sad, sharing makes it better." She reached into a small bag and pulled out a burger wrapped in paper. "Do you want to take my burger? I saved it from lunch." The simple gesture hit Marcus like a lightning bolt. This child, this stranger, was offering him her food. Her kindness was so pure, so unexpected that his eyes began to water. "You don't even know me," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Why would you give me your food?" "Because you look hungry," she replied matter-of-factly. "And because Mama says when we help others, God helps us too. Are you hungry, sir?" Marcus felt something crack inside his chest, the wall he had built around his heart. I haven't eaten in days." "Then you must take it." She pressed the burger into his hands. "See? Now you won't be hungry anymore." He stared at the small package, then at the girl's radiant smile. "What's your name, Angel?" "I'm Blessing," she said. Then her smile faded slightly. "Sir, I think I'm lost. I came here with my mama, but now I can't find her. I've been looking everywhere." Marcus felt a surge of protectiveness. "You're lost? How long have you been alone?" "Maybe 2 hours," Blessing said, trying to be brave but her lower lip trembling. "I was playing by the fountain, and when I turned around, Mama was gone. I called and called, but she didn't answer." "Don't worry, sweetheart. I'll help you find your mother," Marcus said, his voice stronger now. For the first time in months, he had a purpose. "Tell me about her. What does she look like?" "She's beautiful," Blessing said, her eyes lighting up. "She has kind eyes like yours when you smile. She works very hard, cleaning houses for rich people. She says she does it all for me, so I can go to school and become something important." Marcus's heart warmed. "She sounds like a wonderful mother. What's her name?" "Rosa," Blessing said. "Rosa Mbeki. She always wears a blue head wrap, and she smells like flowers." As they searched the park together, Marcus pushing his wheelchair while Blessing walked beside him, they talked about everything. The little girl shared her dreams of becoming a doctor, her love for her mother, and her hope that someday they would have a real home. "You know what, sir?" Blessing said as they approached the fountain. I think you're not just sad because you're hurt. I think you're sad because you're lonely. Marcus stopped his wheelchair. How do you know that? Because I know what lonely looks like, she said simply. Before Mama and I found each other, I was lonely too. But love makes everything better. Even when things are hard, love makes them okay. You're very wise for 7 years old, Marcus said, amazed by her insight. Mama says wisdom comes from the heart, not from books, Blessing replied. She says if you listen to your heart, it will never lie to you. They had searched for almost an hour when Marcus heard a woman's voice calling desperately. Blessing! Blessing, where are you? Mama! Blessing cried out, running toward the voice. Marcus followed, his heart pounding. As they rounded a corner, he saw a woman in a blue head wrap running toward them, tears streaming down her face. When she looked up and saw Marcus, she stopped dead in her tracks. Rosa? Marcus whispered, his voice filled with disbelief. The woman's face went pale. Mr. Marcus, what are you? How did you? Mama, this is my friend, Blessing said, running to her mother. He helped me find you. He's the nicest man ever. Rosa's hands shook as she knelt down and hugged her daughter tightly. Oh, my baby. I was so scared. I thought I had lost you forever. I'm sorry, Mama. I just went to look at the pretty flowers, and then I couldn't find you, Blessing said, then turned to Marcus. Mama, this is the sad man I told you about. I gave him my burger because he looked hungry. Rosa's eyes met Marcus's, and in that moment, 10 years of separation melted away. She had been his housekeeper, but more than that, she had been his first love, his confidant, his everything. Rosa, Marcus said softly, I can't believe it's you, after all these years. We should go, Rosa said quickly, standing up and taking Blessing's hand. Thank you for helping my daughter, but we really must leave. Wait, Marcus said, desperation creeping into his voice. Please don't go. Not again. I've been looking for you for 10 years. Rosa's eyes filled with tears. You don't understand. I can't. We can't. Mama, why are you crying? Blessing asked, looking confused. The nice man just helped me. Why do you want to leave? Marcus studied the little girl's face more carefully now. Her eyes, the shape of her nose, the way she tilted her head when she was thinking, it all seemed so familiar. Rosa, he said quietly. How old is she? Rosa's face went white. We have to go. Come on, Blessing. 8 years old, Blessing answered proudly. I'll be 8 next month. Marcus felt the world spin around him. 8 years old. Rosa had disappeared 8 years ago, just after they had spent that one beautiful night together before his parents had forbidden them from seeing each other again. She's mine, isn't she? Marcus whispered. No, Rosa said firmly, but her voice cracked. She's not. Come on, Blessing, we're leaving. But Mama, I like talking to him, Blessing protested. He's not scary like you said rich people are. He's kind. Blessing, we have to go now, Rosa said, pulling her daughter's hand. Marcus followed them desperately. Rosa, please. If she's my daughter, I have a right to know. I have a right to take care of both of you. You have no rights! Rosa turned around, her eyes blazing. You think you can just come back into our lives? You think money can fix everything? I don't understand, Marcus said, his voice breaking. I looked for you everywhere. I hired investigators. I offered rewards. Where did you go? Rosa's shoulders sagged. I was scared, Marcus. So scared. Scared of what? I loved you. I wanted to marry you. Your parents made it very clear what would happen if I stayed, Rosa said, tears streaming down her face. They said if I didn't disappear, they would make sure I never saw my daughter again. They said they would destroy us both. Marcus felt rage building in his chest. They threatened you? They said they would tell the police I was a thief, that I had stolen from your house. They said they would make sure I went to prison and Blessing would be taken away from me. I had no choice but to run. Oh, Rosa, Marcus said, his heart breaking. I'm so sorry, I never knew. I thought you left because you didn't want to be with me. I loved you more than life itself, Rosa sobbed. But I loved her more. I had to protect her. Blessing looked between her mother and Marcus, her young mind trying to process the adult emotions swirling around her. Mama, is this man my papa? Rosa closed her eyes, unable to answer. Marcus wheeled closer to Blessing. Would you like me to be your papa, little angel? I always wanted a papa, Blessing said softly. I used to ask Mama where my papa was, and she would just cry. Are you really my papa? Yes, sweetheart, Marcus said, his voice thick with emotion. I'm your papa, and I'm so sorry I wasn't here before. But I'm here now, and I'm never going to leave you again. Rosa, please, he turned to her mother. Come home with me, both of you. Let me take care of you the way I should have all along. I can't, Rosa said. Your parents, they'll never accept us. They'll try to hurt Blessing. Then they'll have to go through me first, Marcus said fiercely. I'm not the same man I was 10 years ago. I'm not going to let anyone hurt my family ever again. But you're... Rosa gestured at his wheelchair. You're not well. How can you protect us? My legs may be broken, but my heart isn't, Marcus said. And neither is my will to fight for the people I love. Please, Rosa, give us a chance. Give me a chance to be the father Blessing deserves. Blessing looked at her mother with pleading eyes. Please, Mama. I like him. He makes me feel safe. Rosa looked at her daughter, then at Marcus. After a long moment, she nodded. Okay, but if your parents try to hurt her, they won't get the chance, Marcus promised. That evening, Marcus brought Rosa and Blessing to his mansion. The house that had felt like a tomb for months suddenly felt alive again. Blessing ran through the rooms in wonder, her laughter echoing off the walls. Papa, this house is huge, she said, spinning around in the grand foyer. Are we really going to live here? If you want to, Marcus said, smiling for the first time in months. This is your home now. Rosa was more cautious, staying close to her daughter. Marcus, I still don't think this is safe. What if your parents come back? Let them come, Marcus said. They need to know that things have changed. That night, as they sat together for dinner, Marcus felt something he hadn't experienced in years. Hope. Blessing chattered about her day, asking endless questions about the house, about his business, about everything she had missed. Papa, why were you so sad in the park? She asked over dessert. Marcus glanced at Rosa, then back at his daughter. Because I thought I had lost the most important things in my life, but you found me and brought me back to them. I'm glad I shared my burger with you, Blessing said seriously. Mama always says sharing is caring. Your mama is a very wise woman, Marcus said, reaching across the table to squeeze Rosa's hand. I'm sorry it took me so long to find you both. We're together now, Rosa said softly. That's what matters. Over the following weeks, Marcus began to heal in ways he never thought possible. Blessing's presence filled the house with joy, and slowly, very slowly, he began to stand for short periods. The doctors were amazed by his progress. It's like he has a reason to fight again, his physical therapist told Rosa. Whatever you two are doing, keep doing it. But their happiness was short-lived. One morning, Marcus's parents arrived unannounced with his brother and sister. So it's true, his mother said coldly, looking at Rosa and Blessing with disgust. "You've brought this woman and her bastard child into our home." "This is my home," Marcus said calmly, wheeling himself between his parents and his family. "And you will not speak about my daughter that way." "Your daughter?" His father laughed bitterly. "Son, you can't even walk. You can barely take care of yourself. How can you take care of a child?" "I'm taking care of myself just fine," Marcus said, standing up slowly from his wheelchair. Everyone gasped. "And I'm taking care of my family."
"This is ridiculous," his sister said. "Marcus, you're being foolish. This woman is using you. She's after your money." "Mama, why are they being mean?" Blessing asked, clinging to Rosa's leg. Rosa picked up her daughter protectively. "Maybe we should go," she whispered to Marcus.
"No," Marcus said firmly. "We're not going anywhere. Mother, father, I want you to meet your granddaughter, Blessing. Blessing, these are your grandparents." "They don't look very happy to meet me," Blessing said innocently. "That's because they're not," Marcus said. "But that's their loss." His mother's face twisted with rage. "This ends now. Either they leave, or we cut you off completely. No more family, no more inheritance, nothing." "Then I guess we're done," Marcus said without hesitation. "Because they're not leaving. This is their home." That night, after his parents had left in fury, Marcus tucked Blessing into bed. "Papa, why don't your parents like me?" she asked, her big eyes sad. "Because they forgot what love looks like," Marcus said gently. "But you don't need to worry about that. You have me and your mama, and we love you more than all the stars in the sky." "I love you too, Papa," Blessing said, hugging him tight. "Even if you can't walk very well, you're still the best papa ever." 2 days later, Marcus's worst fears came true. He was in his study when he heard Rosa screaming from the kitchen. "Marcus, help! Help me!" He rushed to the kitchen as fast as his wheelchair would take him and found Rosa fighting with his brother, who was trying to force something into Blessing's mouth. "What are you doing?" Marcus roared. "Just giving her some medicine," his brother said with a sick smile. "She looked a little unwell." "That's poison!" Rosa cried. "He's trying to poison my baby!" Marcus felt a rage unlike anything he had ever experienced. He stood up from his wheelchair, his legs shaking but strong with fury. "Get away from my daughter," he said, his voice deadly quiet. "Marcus, you can't even stand properly," his brother laughed. "What are you going to do?" Marcus walked across the room, each step more steady than the last. When he reached his brother, he grabbed him by the throat. "I said get away from my daughter," he repeated. His brother's eyes widened in fear. You're walking." "Love makes miracles happen," Marcus said, then threw his brother toward the door. "Get out of my house, all of you. If I ever see any of you near my family again, I'll destroy you." "You can't throw us out," his sister protested. "We're your family." "No," Marcus said, gathering Blessing in his arms as she cried. "They are my family. Rosa, Blessing, they're all the family I need. You people are nothing to me now." After they left, Marcus sat with his family in the living room, Blessing curled up in his lap while Rosa held them both. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'm so sorry they tried to hurt you." "You saved me, Papa," Blessing said sleepily. "You're my hero." "No, baby girl," Marcus said, kissing her forehead. "You're mine. You saved me first, remember? In the park, when you gave me your burger and showed me what kindness looks like." "I'm proud of you," Rosa said softly. "You stood up. You literally stood up for us." "I told you my legs weren't the problem," Marcus said. "My heart was broken, but you two fixed it, and now I can do anything." As the sun set over their garden, Marcus realized that sometimes the greatest miracles come in the smallest packages. A 7-year-old girl with a kind heart and a wrapped burger had given him something his billions never could. A reason to live, a reason to love, and a reason to believe in tomorrow. The broken man who had sat in that wheelchair 6 months ago was gone. In his place stood a father, a lover, and a man who had learned that true wealth was measured not in gold, but in the laughter of a child and the love of a family. If this story touched your heart, don't just scroll. Drop a comment below. We read every word. Tell us, what does family mean to you? And if you're still watching, it means you feel something. So don't leave without subscribing, because here, we tell stories that heal. Subscribe now for more true African heart stories.